Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden stories in your favorite company's financial filings. Today, we're diving into NEXTNRG Inc. And let's just say their latest report might have us looking at renewable energy from a different angle. Now, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into company reports. And hey, we've got a fantastic community growing on our Discord server, linked in the description below, where we chat all things investing and finance. You should totally join us. Alright, so we are looking at a Form 8. Think of this as a company's way of making a quick, important announcement to the public. It is not a full quarterly or annual report, but it signals that something significant has happened that investors need to know about right away. The key date here is the 17th of November 2025. This is when the earliest event being reported occurred, and it is also the date of the report itself. This tells us we're looking at very recent information, which is exactly what we want for these quick updates. The company at the center of this report is NEXTNRG Inc. You might know them as a player in the renewable energy space aiming for a greener future. But as we all know, good intentions don't always translate directly into good financial results. Their shares are traded on the Nasdaq Capital Market under the ticker symbol NXXT. This is important because it means it is a publicly traded company, and thus they have to follow strict rules about disclosing information to investors. One interesting tidbit right off the bat is that NEXTNRG Inc. has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they are a relatively newer company that gets some flexibility in how and when they have to follow certain financial reporting rules. It is something to keep in mind as we look at their numbers. Now, for the meat and potatoes, item 2.02 is where companies report on their financial performance and overall condition. This is usually the most exciting part for us as investors, as it tells us how the company is actually doing. So, on the 17th of November, NEXTNRG Inc. put out a press release. What was in it? Their financial results for the third quarter, which ended back on the 30th of September of 2025. This is our first real look at how they've been performing in the most recent reporting period. This next bit is a bit of legalese, but it is important. The company is saying that the press release we're about to look at and the information within this section doesn't technically count as being filed with the CC in the same way a full report would be. Don't let that trick you though, it is still very important information that investors rely on. It is just a technicality about how it is submitted. Essentially, all the details about their third quarter performance are in Exhibit 99.1. This is the actual press release they issued. Since this is an 8K filing, the press release is attached as an exhibit. This is where we're going to find the numbers that tell the story. Now, normally in a 10Q or 10K, we would see detailed financial tables right here within the filing. With this 8K, the specifics are in that attached press release, which we are virtually scrolling to now. We're going to pull out the key performance indicators that matter. Unfortunately, this specific 8K filing doesn't contain the detailed financial tables directly embedded as we might see in a more comprehensive report. The core of this filing is the announcement that NEXTNRG Inc. released their Q3 2025 earnings via a press release. To get the real numbers, we'd have to open up that Exhibit 99.1 press release. If we were to see that press release, we would be looking for revenue growth, profit margins, earnings per S-hair, and comparisons to previous periods and expectations. For example, if revenue was up 10%, we'd be asking if that is driving profits or just costing them more to make. If earnings per S-hair were down, we'd want to know if that is due to more shares being issued or simply lower profits. We would also be scrutinizing any mentions of future guidance. Debt levels and cash flow. Are they burning through cash faster than they're earning it? Are they taking on significant new debt to fund operations? All of these are crucial for understanding the true financial health of a company like NEXTNRG Inc. And finally, we have the signature section. This is where the company officially attests to the accuracy of the information provided in the report. Here we see the signature of Michael Farkas, who is identified as the Chief Executive Officer. His signature, along with the date, confirms that the company is standing behind the contents of this 8K filing. Now, looking at this report tells us that NEXTNRG Inc. has released their Q3 results. However, because the actual financial numbers are in an attached press release and not directly in this filing, we can't do a deep numerical dive right here. What this tells us is that the company felt their Q3 earnings announcement was important enough to warrant an immediate 8K filing. This often means either the results were particularly good, surprisingly bad, or there was some other significant news tied to the earnings announcement. Without seeing the actual numbers from that press release, it is hard to give a definitive opinion. However, as a renewable energy company, Nebraska NEXTNRG Inc. operates in a sector with significant growth potential, but also a lot of competition and evolving regulations. Key things we'd be looking for in their actual earnings report would be their revenue growth compared to competitors, their efficiency in generating power, and their success in securing new projects or contracts. If their financials show strong growth and profitability, it suggests they are effectively navigating the market. If they show losses or stagnant revenue, it might indicate challenges in execution, market adoption, or perhaps intense price competition. A major risk for companies in this sector is often the reliance on government incentives or the slow speed of large-scale project development. An opportunity lies in technological advancements and increasing global demand for clean energy. For NEXTNRG Inc. to continue on a positive trajectory, they likely need to demonstrate consistent revenue growth, manage their operational costs effectively, and show clear progress in their project pipeline. Their status as an emerging growth company gives them some breathing room, but ultimately investors will demand financial substance. Alright, that is our quick breakdown of this NEXTNRG Inc. 8K filing. What are your thoughts on this announcement, even without the specific numbers? What do you think it signals for the company's future in the renewable energy space? Drop your insights in the comments below. If this analysis was helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more corporate decoding. Also, be sure to check out our Discord community in the description. We'd love to have you there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.